James Brown band didn't do it right. Gonna find you. Yes, all right. Let's pray. Father God, we come to you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for this day, Lord. Asking, Lord, that you use me, Lord, as a willing vessel, Lord. Lord, let the words that come out of my mouth be of you. And when you stop speaking, let me sit down. In Jesus' name, amen. So today, we're going to be coming from Isaiah 40. And as I began to study for this, I said, well, God, I like what you're saying here, but let me look at the verse before it. And then I said, I like this, so I want to go to the verse before it. The verse before it. The verse before it. So we ended up starting it. We're going to start at Isaiah 40, chapter 40, verse 18. And if you need a title, it's going to be Now More Than Ever, Wait on God. Now more than ever, wait on God. With everything that's going on, we need to wait on God. Yeah. And when we get to that verse of waiting on God, God gave me a new revelation on the word wait. So Isaiah chapter 40, verse 18, it says, to whom, I'm reading from the New Living Translation, to whom can you compare God? What image can you find to resemble him? Can he be compared to an idol formed in a mold, overlaid with gold and decorated with silver chains? Or if people are too poor for that, they might at least choose wood that would decay and a skilled craftsman to carve an image that would fall down. See, in Isaiah 40, the people are going through. They're going through more than they've ever been through before. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it. And they're wondering, God, where are you now? So he's saying to them, I'm still God. But you've chosen other things before me. You've chosen, hey, well, my life would be better if I had a bigger house, a better car, a better job, more money. And he's saying all these things, they're not going to answer your prayers. Verse 21 says, haven't you heard? Don't you understand? Are you deaf to the words of God? The words he gave before the world began. Are you so ignorant? God sits above the circle of the earth. The people below seem like grasshoppers to him. He spreads the heavens open like a curtain and makes a tent from them. He judges the great people of the world and brings them all to nothing. He's talking about how great he is. Can you imagine, as you saying, God, can't you see me down here? He said, hold on, let me pull back heaven real quick. Yeah, I see you right there. I see what you're going through. I see what's happening. Don't worry, I see you. I know what's going on. Verse 24. They hardly get started in life, barely taking root, when he blows on them and they wither. The wind carries them off like chaff. To whom will you compare me? Who is my equal? Says the Holy One. Look up to the heavens, who created the stars. He brings them out like an army, one after one, calling each by name because of his great power and his incomparable strength. Not a single one is missing. Have you ever sat out at night and tried to count the stars? And tried to figure out, 1, 2, 3, I done counted that one already. Those stars that we can't even count, God knows them by name. And he hadn't lost one of them. And he says, you know what? This is my army. When you look at night and you look at the sky and you look from the east to the west, all of the stars that are there, God is saying, that's my army. And that's just a fraction of it. And you don't think I can handle your problems? You don't think I can take care of what? You don't think I can handle the enemies that are coming against you? Don't count me lightly. Verse 27 says, oh, Jacob, put your name there. Oh, whatever your name is. How can you say that the Lord does not see your troubles? Oh, Israel, how can you say that God ignores your rights? Have you not heard? Have you never understood? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the earth. He never grows weak nor weary. No one can measure his depths of understanding. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. I don't know about y'all, but there are situations that I feel weak and I feel powerless. And I feel like I can't do nothing here. And God says, that's where I want you. That's where I need you. Now I'm going to take you to Psalms 30. Put a pin right there in Psalms 34, verse 17. Because while we're saying, God, I'm weak and I can't do anything, back in Psalms, David says that the Lord hears the people when they call him for help. He rescues them from their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. We ask God, why am I always so brokenhearted? Why is everything always happening to me? Why, God, oh why, God, oh why, God? And he says, but don't you realize as long as you're brokenhearted and your spirit is crushed, I'm closest to you. Let me tell you something. When we are brokenhearted and we pray to God, that's the most vulnerable we are. Because when we're on the mountaintop, we feel like, I got this. I can do this. But when we're in the valley low and it feels like we're all alone and God is the only person that we can talk to, that's when we're the closest to him. And it seems like God is like, he's waiting for you. When you're brokenhearted and nothing is going the way that you thought it should, and you're saying, oh God, he's looking like, yes, just say it. Just say that you need me. Tell me that you want me to take care of this. Tell me that you need me and that you don't know what to do without me. God wants us to that point because then he can take over. Then he can do what's necessary to get us to the place that we need to be. In verse 19 right there it says, the righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to rescue them each time. Oh, how many times did God not come to your rescue? How many times did he tell you, I'm going to save you from this, and he didn't come through? I'm not talking about how many times did you not get what you wanted. How many times did God tell you, you're going to live through this, and you didn't wake up the next morning? The next verse says, for the Lord protects the bones of the righteous, and not one of them is broken. Why is that important? Because the bones is the foundation. Without the bones, you can't stand. And God is saying, you know what? I'm not going to let them touch the foundation of you. Yes, you may get hurt. The flesh gets wounded. But he said, I won't let them touch the bone. I won't let them touch the bone. I won't let you get so to the point where you lose the foundation of who you are and in believing in God. Yes, the flesh may get weak. The flesh gets tired. But God is saying, but they won't touch the foundation. I won't allow the enemy to touch the foundation and touch the foundation of you believing in me. Now let's go back to Isaiah 40 real quick. It says, even youth will become weak and tired, and men will fall in exhaustion. Why is that important? Because God knew you were going to get tired. It's not a sin to get tired. But here's the thing. When you're tired, don't quit, just rest. When you're tired, don't quit, just rest. Find rest. Where is rest found? Rest is found in Jesus. So when you're tired of this and you're tired of that, don't give up. Don't stop where you are. Just take a rest. Take a rest. Take a few moments to rest. When you have your energy back, then you can go forward. And you can continue to do what God has called you to do. Now we're to the verse that the Lord has started me in. And this is what I'm going to read from King James Version, because this is the one we're most familiar with. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. And they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. To me, the most important word in that whole verse is the first one. But. That means a lot of stuff has happened. However, a change is about to come. A lot of you've gone through a lot of stuff. But the word but means the opposite is about to occur. The opposite that you've experienced is about to happen. So it says, but they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. The book of Isaiah was written in Hebrew. And the word in Hebrew, which is for wait, means to have anticipation for, but it also means to bind oneself. It means to entangle or twist together like a rope. So let's use that definition real quick. But they that bind themselves, entangle themselves, and twist themselves together like a rope to the Lord shall have renewed strength. Have you, in the midst of praying in anticipation for God to do something, have you bound yourself to God? Have you entangled yourself to God? Have you twisted yourself to God in anticipation for him to do what you're praying for? Because if you truly wait, that means that you are so entangled with God that nobody can separate you from God. Because, see, it should come a point to where people begin to ask themselves, and you said earlier in testimony how people look at you and they say, oh, that's the Christian. Well, people should get to the point where they're asking, okay, are those your thoughts or did that come from God? Because every time you open your mouth, it should be from God rather than be from Trez. It should be from God rather than, well, my opinion of it is. No, God said in his word, that should be the first thing you say. Because when you bind yourself to God, you no longer are in the strength of your own self. Babe, come here real quick. I know, Lydia, I'm moving. I know. Okay. When you are in your own strength, and you're saying, I got this, I can do it, I can handle this. Can you even see the string? Can you barely see it? Let me move somewhere so you can see it. You can barely see it. Can you see it there? You can see what? Well, that even proves a point. This is you. I'm doing it on my own. I don't need nobody else. I can handle this. And then you feel like, oh, I feel the tension. I'm getting to the end of my rope. And then all of a sudden, it snaps and you break it. And I feel like I'm being pulled both ways. That's because you are. You were doing it in your own strength. But then, when you say, God, I'm going to wait on you. I'm going to bind myself to you. Now can you see the rope? Can you see it? This is how we are when we're with God. I pour this. And you can even hear it in the mic. They trying to break me, God, but hold on, I'm tied to God. They trying to tear me down, but I'm tied to God. They trying to destroy me, but I'm tied to God. They trying to make me feel like I'm less than, but I'm tied to God. They say that I'm not worth anything, but I'm tied to God. When we tie ourselves to God, and when we become bound to God, everything that we thought we could do, He multiplies. That little string that you once were on your own. The army of God now is behind you. God is saying, I got you. What you was trying to do in your own strength, I got it now. They can try to tear you from me if they want to, but they don't even know where to start. They don't know what to do with you. They don't know how to handle you. You've changed. Yes, because I'm bound to God now. Well, you used to wouldn't do that. I sure wouldn't, but I'm tired of God now. I'm bound to Him now. I'm waiting on Him now. There's something different about me now. See, when you're bound to God, you can't exist without Him. There's nothing to me without God. When I begin to get bound to Him, when I begin to wait on Him, there's nothing I can do without Him anymore. See, even in this verse, let's finish up the verse. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, and they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. God uses the eagle several times to describe His people. Because the eagle is a different kind of bird. When something's going on, all the other birds are flying away from the danger. The eagle is flying towards it. The eagle is saying, let me see what's going on. Because see, the eagle, it has the ability to fly above the chaos and to look down at it and find what the cause is of the chaos. The eagle has a different perspective. They have a different viewpoint. See, when you begin to get bound with God, you have a different perspective of things. You have a different view. You should be crying. You should be losing your mind right now. But I have a different perspective. I'm bound to God. God has given me a different viewpoint of this situation. I don't look at this the same way. You looking at it, and you running away, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going towards it saying, devil, I bind you up in the name of Jesus. Yes, this may be coming at me. Yes, it may be. It's more than I can handle, but it's not more than what my God can handle. It's not more than what He can do. Oh, God. See, we can get at the end of the rope when we're by ourselves. And we'll say, I'm at the end of my rope. But when we're with God, and you say you're at the end of your rope, He's saying, as long as you hold on to me, I won't let you fall. As long as you hold on to me, I won't let you fall. But when you're by yourself, you can hold on to yourself all you want to. But you'll snap. You'll snap and you'll lose it. And then you think people were talking about you before? Wait until you snap and you on your own. They'll find something to talk about then. See, God, in the Word, He said, you go get tired, you go get weary. And He never criticizes us for them. He never says, well, shame on you for getting sick and tired. There's always somebody out there where he doesn't say that. He doesn't say that. He just says, come to me. Come to me. See, the thing about it is we were never meant to be on our own. We were never meant to live this life by ourselves and do this thing called life on our own. We were always meant to be with him. We were always meant to be bound to him. But the thing is this, the choice is ours. It's our choice. Are you going to bind yourself to God? Or are you going to reject him and say, I got this. I have a better plan than you do, God. I can handle this better than you. I can take care of them the way that they need to be taken care of. Or are you going to say, God, I'm going to wait on you. I'm going to wait on you, God. I don't know what the end is. I don't know what the future holds for me. But all I know is I'm going to wait on you. I'm going to tie myself to you. I'm going to get entangled and twisted with you. Let them call me a holy roller. Let them call me crazy. Let them say that I'm holier than thou. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, as long as I hear the words, well done, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And now can you tell the reason why the title of this is Now Before Ever? Wait on God. Now before ever. Now more than ever before. Bind yourself to God. Get entangled with God. Get twisted up with God. To the point where people can't tell where the Atrez end and God begin. You should be so engulfed in God. Especially when you're waiting on him and you say, I'm waiting on the answer. I'm trying to get an answer. I don't know what to do. God is saying, that's where I want you to look at me. Have you ever seen someone who's told you to do something a certain way and you try to do it your way and then you had to turn around and do it their way and they look at you like, God is looking at us saying, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm ready for you to realize that you need me. I'm ready for you to realize that you don't get to pick and choose which areas of your life to have me in. But you need me in each and every area of your life. Don't make God like a quilt where you got a piece here and a piece there. Make him a full blanket where he's covering you all everywhere you are. Now before ever. Before. Wait on God. Amen.